everybody. Welcome to Victorian Gardens Cattery. You're in the toddler room, and we don't have any little kittens yet this week. In the next few days we should have our first litter for the year. This is Giant Leone. He's a red chocolate, and he is just a little over, I believe, 6 months old, weighing in at over 9.5 pounds. So he's quite large. He's a sweetie. He's a red Persian, solid, but he's also a chocolate. The red is actually stronger than the chocolate in his genes, and so it camouflages his chocolate, but he will breed as 100% chocolate. So I'm going to put him over here. I have a lot of people asking me what food I recommend, what food I use at my cattery. When I first started my cattery, there was not a lot known, or there wasn't a lot of information out there on cat food, what was good, what was bad. It's been a learning curve for me, and I took off with it probably about 7 years ago. The food that you buy at the grocery store, I'm going to speak to that today versus the food I feed. I truly believe that the dry cat food and kitten food that I feed here at the cattery is the best on the market. I only want to give the best food for my cats. Now, this video is not a debate about raw versus dry kibble, or wet food versus dry kibble. I'm in a unique position because I own a cattery, and I have to prepare my adopted kittens to go to new homes, and those clients of mine, my adopted families, are not, the majority of them would not be feeding raw food. They're busy professionals, and to them dry food is the easiest thing for them in their busy lifestyles. So this video is not an argument about that. One person I feel very confident in recommending to everybody to read up more and discover for yourself what I'm saying and the truth behind it is Dr. Karen Becker. She's a holistic vet. She posts lots of videos on YouTube. She has a website. She's excellent. The only thing I disagree with her on food-wise is feeding fruits and vegetables to your cat and kittens, which I do not agree with. But beyond that, her premise is awesome. On our website at victoriangardenscattery.com, and I will show you, we have a kitten series that we have put up. There's about 4 links to different nutrition articles or videos, and on the one that is our nutrition series, it's dated January 20, 2015. We go farther back than that in changing the diet for our cats and kittens. We started feeding high-protein food, non-grain, years and years ago. And it's been a challenge to find the best food. I have done thorough research, and for the last 3 years felt like we were feeding the best dry food out there. Unfortunately, the company that was the brand we were feeding closed down March 2018. Now, my families knew they were closing because I informed them all, and they stocked up on the food. So some of them are switching over to our new food, which we will discuss today, and some of them still have food bags left from the old food that we were feeding, and I do also. So all my new kittens are going to be fed this brand new food, and it is actually a new food on the market. Most people do not know about it, so I wanted to do a video about it. Anyway, there's some videos you can watch of Karen Becker on my website, the Cattery's website, at www.victoriangardenscattery. And I will put the link below in the description box for you to click on it so you can go to our website and read up on our nutrition series. Since January, that's heavy, since January 2015, we fell in love with EVO. You can read the reviews on EVO. They're excellent reviews from people. A lot of diabetic cats were on this food. It's awesome. It is high protein. Now let me explain what high protein is. Cats are carnivores. That means they eat meat. They don't eat grains. They don't eat fruits and vegetables. They eat mice in the wild. They eat the bones of the mice, the hair of the mice, which give them fiber. They eat the internal organs, which give them taurine, which is extremely important for cats, and their heart, especially on the breed of Persian and Himalayan. So it's really important. If you can pause the video, I would really encourage you to pause the video right now and go get the bag of cat food that you are feeding your cat right now. That's the best way for us to walk side by side as to why up to March 2018, I truly believe this was the best food on the market, but unfortunately it's no longer available. So if you'll pause it, and then we will go through EVO, and you can compare it to your bag of cat food you're feeding now. On the back of the EVO, it shows that the protein content is 50%. Most cat foods out there on the market are between 30-35%. If you're in the 40% range, you're lucky. There was only at the point when I was feeding EVO back in 2015, there was only two other companies that were on the market feeding this high protein diet. Unfortunately, one of them that I fed, all my cats in my cattery got sick as soon as they ate it. So that was out the window. The other one, I didn't like their main source of protein, and I found out later, the hard way, that their company was unethical. And so we tossed that one out the window. This one is 50% protein and 22% fat, and it has 12% carbs. Now, there's a lot of, and no grains, there's a lot out there on the market that say they're grain-free, but please be aware, what they're doing is they don't want to up the protein content. So what they're doing is they're putting in fillers. They used to put in corn or wheat, or I mean just a lot of stuff that your cat's digestion system is not built to have. It's like junk food also. So now what they're doing is putting in potato, rice. Again, those are grains. Those are not what your, not even, well, one of them is just a starch. So it really is not helpful to your cat. I'm going to read the first 6 ingredients in this food right here. It's turkey. Turkey is one of the cleanest protein sources your cat can have. Regarding lead, metal, we're going to do a whole separate video on a project called the Clean Project that went through a lot of different cat foods and tested them for metal toxicity, and you will be shocked at what I show you and tell you. They are the ones who informed me that turkey was the highest rated in being clean, and chicken was second. So this bag here is turkey, second is chicken, and the third is chicken meal. The fourth is tapioca starch. What tapioca starch is it binds it so that the food stays together in a kibble. The fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is chicken fat. And then herring, and then they have some pea fiber for fiber. Now, I'm not a big proponent of pea. They are doing that as a filler, so beware. Look at what your package has for the first 6 ingredients. The higher on the list it is, the more is in the bag. And I think I can pretty much tell you that most of the grocery food, cat foods that are out there in the grocery store, if you turn over the bag, the majority of them will have corn as the first. This includes dog food. Corn as the first ingredient or the second ingredient, or different types of corn. All right, we're back. We had a little snafu with the camera. We were talking about all the different types of corn that manufacturers put in as fillers in dry kibble. So you'll want to check and make sure that the food that you're feeding does not have corn in it. Corn is genetically modified. Please do your research online. There's plenty of information about genetic modified corn. I even talk about it in my litter, my new litter video from December 2017, and the toxicity because of the pesticides, genetic modified. So please do your research on that. So this is what we were feeding and are still feeding, but all our new kittens are going on to a new food that's actually even better than EVO. We were so worried that we were going to have to go take a large down step in our protein level and a huge upstep in our carb content on the food that we were going to be feeding since EVO was going away. But we did find what appears to be an excellent big step up for us. And so we wanted to share that with you. I'm going to set this back down. The new food that we're recommending to all of our adoptive parents, and which all of our new kittens will go onto, they'll be weaned onto the wet food and then weaned onto this dry food by soaking it in water and making a pate, and then eventually they'll step up to just the dry kibble. It's Dr. Elsey's. Let's see if you can see that. It's DRELSEYS. They're located at DRELSEYS.com, drelseys.com. I'll put a link down in the description for you. It's called Clean Protein. What is really great, there's a lot of great things about this food, but number one is the protein level went from 50% on EVO all the way up to 59% protein. Just the best. I was so ecstatic when I found out about this food. The carb count for this food, which EVO was 12%, which was excellent, because most cat food out there you're going to find is in the 30% range. Horrible. Horrible for your cat, causes overweight, causes diabetes. So the lower you can get on carb count, the better for your cat. This one is less than 5% carb count. Absolutely fantastic. Not only that, this food is low oxalate, which means if you have kittens that have problems with kidney stones, bladder stones, bladder infections. This food has low to little oxalate. So I have a boy who gets bladder stones or bladder infections if he gets stressed. He's on this food. This is far better than any prescriptive diet that you can get because he's not getting fed corn, for one thing. In most of those prescriptive diets, that's the #1 ingredient is corn. Second, he's getting a low oxalate formula, so that's going to help keep him from getting those stones. On their website, which I'll show you right here, I'm going to read a few things. A lot of people say, oh, you know, I have an older cat, they're not supposed to be on a high protein diet. Let me read what it says here. Diet protein is not a contributor to either the initiation or progression of kidney disease in dogs and cats. Increased protein can help slow age-related lean body mass and support a healthy immune system. Contrary to popular belief, there is no evidence indicating that a high-protein diet leads to kidney disease or kidney damage in cats. Dr. Becker, if you research her videos on this, it believes exactly the same thing. In fact, she goes one step further and says, without a high-protein diet, you are actually harming your cat if he has kidney disease. So, don't believe me, do your own research. Dr. Becker has videos out there on this, and you can read about it on Dr. Elsey's website. Dr. Elsey is actually a vet, so it's a vet who formulated this food. The right diet for your cat can go a long way in the prevention of calcium oxalate crystals and bladder stones. Dr. Elsey's clean protein was inspired by the protein levels found in natural prey, which is like a mouse. An instinctive diet does not include plants with high oxalate levels. Oxalates have been linked to kidney damage and kidney cell death. So, just the opposite of what you've been hearing. Dr. Elsey's clean protein has an ingredient profile with no to low oxalate by excluding plants commonly found in competitive diets. So this to me is just a great food to keep your cat from being overweight, to keep him lean, to keep him healthy, to keep him from having bladder crystals or bladder stones, any of those problems. This is just a great food. I'm going to read the list of top six ingredients in this. Chicken, dried egg product, pork protein isolate, gelatin, chicken fat. And then it goes on to be flaxseed, natural flavor, salmon oil, and the rest are all minerals and vitamins with taurine and rosemary extract. That's it. I have asked for some little tweaks to it, as in changing the pork protein isolate to chicken or turkey. And I have asked that they add in lysine and probiotics. There's no fillers in here, no artificial preservatives. The gelatin is like the tapioca in EVO. The gelatin is what holds the kibble together. I don't think you can go wrong with this food. Now, my adoptive cats and kittens, a lot of them have started switching over to families, and their cats love it. I have slowly started adding it to the food, but we still have quite a bit of EVO still left, but all my kittens will be on this. Please check out their website. They list the ingredients for all of it. You can read up more. It's Dr. Elsey's, DRELSEYS.com. And also, their phone number is 877-311-2287. They have an excellent customer service department. You can ask any of your questions to them. Again, it's 877-311-2287. I have found them very helpful. They also have a money-back guarantee if for any reason you or your cat is not completely satisfied with this product. Call us for refund instructions. So I look at it this way. If you feed a top food like this to your cats, in the long run, you are going to have a healthy cat which has less health problems, which means less vet bills. On top of it, if you are using my litter box system, you are saving a lot of money on litter. Wouldn't it be nice to take that savings and put it towards something that will be really better for your cat than feeding a high corn diet or a high carb diet or a low protein diet, and something that will be good for them and in the long run will save you money in vet bills. So that's my 2 cents on it. Dr. Elsey also has wet food, and we will go through that on a different video. But they have beef, turkey, chicken, and then they do have 2 flavors of fish. So I want to tell you more about this. I don't think you're going to be able to find a better one on the market because of what is inside it. So there's a couple of things I wanted to go over. Is if you have a cat or a kitten, kittens can eat this too, between 6 and 11 pounds, they're only going to be eaten 1/3 to 1/2 cup a day. And that's because it's dense, it's protein, it's filling, it satisfies. It's like humans when we eat junk food, when we eat potato chips and hamburgers, you know, all that bread, we get hungry faster. But if we eat a lot of protein, we're satisfied, fat and protein, and we're satisfied. And the same works with cats. And so, you know, they're only going to be eaten 1/3 to 1/2 cup a day. Another thing to consider is what goes in goes out the other side, so you're going to have less stools to have to clean too. For one positive thing about that too. I also wanted to make a comment on, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. This is not a discussion on raw food. This is not a discussion or debate on wet food versus dry food. I've already explained that. I don't allow negative comments on my videos. These videos are produced for my adopted families, and I allow the public the access to them in order so they can learn, and also that they can know about these products that are great. So, you know, please feel free to ask questions, but we live in a very weird world now where people are not respectful, and I just don't put up with that on my comment section. So I monitor my comments, so feel free to ask polite, valid, you know, questions. But please read the comments, because a lot of times I already have answered the same question in the comment section. So please read through the comments first before asking a question. Also, we are going to be going over to DTube, which is like YouTube, but it's another platform, and we are going to focus on our how-to videos over there, and also on all of our favorite videos. They're going to be put over on DTube. So we will, I will put out a video when we do that, and so there are going to be 2 different platforms going. DTube, and YouTube. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and thank you for supporting us. And if you like our videos, please like our and subscribe to our videos and like them. And we will see you next time, which will be a video either on our new kittens, our newborn kittens, or on Dr. Elsey's wet food. Petunia's due any day, so I'm not really sure if we can do this video before her babies are born, but we'll try. So bye for now from Victorian Gardens, Cattery.